to another Timberborn video, and in my last Cliffside Let's Play I was wondering if beehives make a difference for aquatic plants, and so I've set up a test to see if it does or not. I have built two identical farming colonies. They are separate districts, and in each district we have an identical size farming area. It has its own water source. There is an exit so that the water can drain out. I have this save set up to not have droughts or bad tides, so we should be fine there. And the way that I built these farming plots is I placed down an aquatic farm with a staircase, and then I built the square area to cover the entire farmable area that it could cover, and then I put down the other two and the bridge to get out. And then each one of these areas has a district center, a hauling post, 3 large tanks of biofuel and catalyst, 2 large warehouses full of punch cards, so we're going to be using bots, and I've got everything they need to be running optimally. And then the plan is to see how quickly each district, or which is the quickest district to fill 6 large warehouses with spadadoc. So these are set up to be planted with spadadoc. And then over here, this one is an identical setup, but it has been carpeted with beehives. So you lose slightly on planting area, but in theory the beehives will make everything grow quicker. Each district currently has 50 bots. I haven't unpaused the game where I've added in the missing ones, and if I need to, I'll add more bots. If I need to, I'll add more biofuel, catalyst, or punch cards to keep the bots running efficiently, and we'll see how quickly they can fill up these warehouses. We might see fairly quickly if there is a distinct advantage to one, and if there is, I will stop the test. So what we're going to do is unpause our farmhouses on both. In fact, these are unpaused and ready to go, so let's hit go. The bots should flood in and start planting. The reason that I would, rather than just doing like one cycle and saying this one was quickest, is it allows for a bit of time to get things set up and going, and a little bit of error. So, you know, one RNG might mean that one of them plants a little bit quicker than the other. So, yeah. Basically, I'm going to let this run for a while now. I'm not going to try and ramble away to you for the entire time that this is going. And I'll be back when we actually have some stuff growing. I can't even remember. Spadadoc takes 12 days to grow, so it's going to be a little while. So probably what I'll do is stick dev controls back on, run the game a little bit faster. It's kind of cool just watching them, even how quickly they can get that planted with the 3 in there. Can't quite zoom out enough to get both. Yeah, I'll be back when we have some signs of some semblance of a result. We have the beginnings of a result in that our with bees district has spadadoc, and our without bees district does not. So they are currently only at 70, yeah, in the 70%. And over here, we are harvesting spadadoc already. So the quick answer is yes, bees are making a difference. About a 30% difference, which is pretty insane. I didn't realize the difference was that high. Does it actually say? It does not, but yeah. So if you wanted the quick answer, there you go. Spadadoc going into the with bees district, no spadadoc in the without bees district. what I wanted to do as well is make sure that these are prioritized by the haulers so that they're never filling up. And yeah, those guys are getting to work, whereas over here, these are not yet. So that is a serious advantage. I didn't expect it to be quite so distinctive, actually. Yeah, going to be interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on that one whilst we watch this side. Kind of, wow. That's only at 81. These must have been some of the first to be planted, 82%. Whilst the replanted spaladoc over here is already at 20%. So yeah, in this district, we've got 570 harvested already, and there's not even signs of life over here. Well, there is, but we've got a way to go yet. So yeah, I'm going to select the most advanced one there, put it in to, let me select one, there we go. So that's at 30% already. Then we're going to watch this one and see, because these must be pretty close to being ready to harvest. So, but this is already a third grown before these have even got anything up. Nearly 50% grown. So there we go. So 45% before we got the first crop up. We were 45% of the way through growing the second crop on here. Yeah. So it's pretty darn obvious, actually. I'm not even going to bother going all the way through. We've got 1,200 spaladoc harvested there versus 160 here. So if you had any doubt, do bees make a difference? Then I think that answers the question. Because we are already over 50% of the way to our second crop on there, and this first crop is only just coming up. So we're 55% versus, like 6%. So yeah, I didn't need to go as far as I thought. The difference is so stark, and I will let it run a bit further, and I'll just come back in a little while and wrap the video up. I think getting close to being full on the first district. So what I've realized, what I've noticed is we are essentially harvest capacity limited with this setup. So once it got to the point where things were grown, the gap essentially stabilized. So we're at 5.6 in the with bees and 4.5 in the without bees, and it's been pretty stable at that point. So yes, bees make them grow faster, but you're only going to really see a benefit if you've got enough aquatic farms to harvest faster. And that's important to consider when you're designing your colony. So future me is going to wrap this video up with a slightly changed setup. But yes, as we spotted fairly early on, beehives do affect aquatic farms, which is cool to know. So I've edited the setup now to have an extra 4 aquatic farms on each one. They're down the side, they're not optimally placed, but they are sufficient to mean that for the farm with bees, basically, actually for both. the workers are able to clear the farm, and have just got to the point where the farm without bees, they're just starting to do the second harvest. So the crops are just starting to appear. And if we compare, the farm with bees has 8,300 Spadadoc harvested. The other one has 4,600. So if you have sufficient workers, the beehives make a huge difference to the yield that you can get with this crop that takes 12 days. That's way more than I expected. So yes, the beehives work with aquatic crops. They make a massive difference if you can keep everything growing. I did not expect it to be this much. Say 8.3 versus 4.6. Same area of farming, same number of farmers, and yep. And the farmers are not optimally placed. They are placed the same on both, so that's not a factor. Basically, once this one had grown, they quite quickly cleared it, and now they are just harvesting as and when things came up. This one was similar, and they are now having to wait for them to grow. And as they are growing in, now they are harvesting them. So, yeah. Anyway, if you found this video useful or entertaining, please click the like button. Any comments, questions, suggestions, thoughts for other videos like this, stick them below. And I will see you back on my Let's Play videos. See ya.